I'll push your buttons.
I'll push your buttons right in.
Welcome back
Hi.
to Am I the Asshole? I'm baffled.
I am the Baffler. That's going to be my villain name. Whenever, just, I snap and just start.
What would your fucking power be?
There's no power. And that's part of the riddle. And that's part of it. It's just like how's he doing all this?
This motherfucker would rob a bank and be like, baffled.
As I'm running away, I'm like, I didn't have a gun the whole time.
Oh my God. Jazz hands. Are you baffled yet?
Only with the power of the mind did I rob a bank.
Oh my God. Woo.
I need somebody to do a really good Photoshop job of me as like a really shitty version of the Riddler. And just call me the Baffler.
Y'all know what to do.
Yeah.
While you're doing that, subscribe to the channel, like the video to help us push it to the ether of YouTube. Lately, things have been really weird in the YouTube front, so help us do that. I greatly appreciate it.
Yeah.
And drop a comment down below. Drop a comment down below. What would your villain name be?
Best answer gets pinned.
Hey, I like it. I like it. There you go. There you go. We'll pin you. And we're also going to pin an ad read. Ooh, that was smooth. I like that. Y'all already know what it is. We're partnered with Into the AM. And we rock their brand every single day on the show for you. Number of different clothing articles that you can go purchase right now. Where, Sam?
At intotheam.com/lousy, where you can get some nice packs of basic tees like our main man Joe's wearing. Or you can get a nice hat, some very comfortable underwear. They have flannels, they have hoodies, they have pants, they have everything now. Like if you wear it, they've got it usually. Don't quote me on that. But for the most part, I'm just thinking of like the smart aleck answers coming in here. But so like
Alex,
yeah.
Actually, I have an idea. I'm glad you said that idea, ladies. We should promote Into the AM to get y'all some sleepwear. You know, like them sleep shorts. And like those like little crop top sleeper shirts. Imagine for the ladies with this kind of material, soft as fuck. Be hot.
So anyway, if you go to intotheam.com/lousy and use our code lousy at checkout, you get an extra 10% off whatever sale they're running at the moment. So make sure you do that, and maybe don't listen to Joe. But.
Yeah, or listen to Joe and go buy a fuckload of shit from Into the AM because it's worth it. It's absolutely worth it. We love it. We know you'll love it. Intotheam.com/lousy. Link in the description and in the pinned comment. Go there right now. Actually, as a matter of fact, go open up a brand new tab. Have it ready. Even scroll through it while you're listening to us talk. Multitask.
Yep.
You can put two windows on your screen.
Monitors are pretty big. Like you can put two things up.
Yeah.
Hell, it works.
Or if you're on your phone, you can have YouTube playing in the background while you're scrolling through.
If they have premium.
That's a fair statement. Yeah.
Yep. Just assuming everybody's out here rich, just spending the monthly on premium.
Look, no. I want to go back to the days. Where like net neutrality was a legitimate term that no one thought of, because all we had to do was just not have subscription prices anymore. We could just do stuff on the internet and not feel like we have to pay a subscription just to like log into our email.
Preach.
Like I'm not gonna get. Look, I'm gonna be real with y'all for a second. I think everybody can get behind this. Whoever the next president is, or if Trump decides he wants to do this, like, just can we go back to that? Like, you'll have my vote.
Not wrong.
Thoughts?
But shit's all fucked right now. So,
amen to that. But you know, it's not fucked. Actually, it is kind of fucked. Gossipers.
Yep.
Gossipers are fucked.
Usually pretty fucked. Yeah.
Yes. Gossipers are fucked. And that's exactly what we're talking about today. We have 3 stories keyed up for y'all, all about gossipers, because gossiper's going to gossip. Yapper's going to yap. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like yappers to a degree is like the new age gossiper, you know?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, yappers could be like the next level because, like, you know, there's like the hot goss at work, right? And then there's like yapping. Yapping's a whole nother level.
Did you?
Yeah, I said hot goss. What are you gonna do about it? Baffled.
I fucking hate you sometimes, man. Fuck. Okay. All right. Let's get into it. Fuck. I hate it. I hate it so much. All right. We need to do this first. All right. I'm closing my eyes for this one again. I'm on a streak, y'all. I'm on a streak. So let's see how this goes.
Accidentally shits himself. Baffled. No, I'm just kidding.
Shaffled.
It's not even a word.
I fully admit this is funny because we're both extremely tired.
A little bit of delirium in the chat room, but,
all right,
you know, it's fine.
Ready?
Yeah.
All right. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. See, I truly thought about going scissors first. I thought about it because I think I've like gone rock first almost every single time.
I just stopped thinking and just let Jesus take the wheel. So.
I mean, that's very fair. I just say, Jesus, take the whole damn car, bro. I'm out. Just, get out.
Jesus, can you repo my ass?
Well, sir, you have 2 stories tonight. I have 1.
I certainly do.
Let's jump on in.
Anyway. Number 1.
Daffled.
Did you say daffled? Like daffodil? like anyway.
I hate myself.
I'm gonna read the first story. First story starts off like this. Am I the asshole for gossiping with my mom about my brother's fiance is potentially lying about giving birth? Okay. I, 22 female, have an older brother, John, 32 male, who's been with his fiance, Jane, 30 female, for 4 years. They have a 4-month-old. Jane found out she was pregnant at 5.5 weeks and immediately called my mom to tell her. Mom was confused, but still very excited. Jane said she was going to tell John when he got back from his work trip. A few hours later, she called again, sobbing, saying that she has insatiable cravings. Mom made a joke that, like, isn't it a bit early for cravings? And Jane went off on her. She started yelling about how this was her pregnancy and no one else's. It was an odd reaction. She also apologized for her outburst by blaming it on hormones. When my brother returned from his trip, him and Jane left to stay at her mother's, and we didn't see her until after the baby was born. John said this was because Jane was afraid of losing the pregnancy and wanted to be with her mom, and we needed to respect boundaries. Whenever someone would ask about Jane or the baby, they would shut it down with vague answers like, every pregnancy is different, or she's carrying small, which isn't unusual. They barely shared anything about the pregnancy. No ultrasound pictures, no baby shower, and Jane didn't want anyone around during the delivery. I also discovered that every craving she listed came from one article about pregnancy cravings. She even listed multiple times in the same order as the article. When the baby was born, we were finally allowed to see Jane and John, and baby, of course. It was very bittersweet, as we all wished we could have been there for Jane to help out, but Jane and John both reassured us that we did help out by staying away during the pregnancy. The weirdest part, though, is how Jane describes the birth. She claims she had an epidural via IV drip into her hand, edited because I didn't elaborate, which is not how those are administered. When I asked clarifying questions, thinking she had gotten confused, which is understandable, She shut down and refused to answer, like how she would during the pregnancy. She said the baby had latching issues because he was born with no umbilical cord stump. This can technically happen, but it's a rare and fatal medical condition that their baby does not have. The final straw was when she told us that the baby basically fell out of her within an hour of being in labor, despite my brother telling us how hard the birth was and even stating that was why they weren't going to try for any more kids. Mom is on the same side as me and has been noting these inconsistencies, that's a hard word, and inaccuracies, but doesn't know how to bring it up. And their reactions don't help. A few days ago, my brother texted mom saying her doubt of Jane is disrespectful, and they both want full apologies from the both of us for bullying Jane about her pregnancy/labor. I haven't made any outright accusations about it, nor have I said any of this to Jane. I've only asked questions when she brings the birth/pregnancy up. Am I the asshole for having doubts?
You're damn right you are.
Yeah, that's not cool. Even if it sounds sus as shit, like, that ain't your business.
I hate that I'm going to say this. I'm baffled.
I posted this 2 days ago just to baffle it. No, just kidding.
Imagine, dude.
Look at the username, Baffler.
I would shit a fucking brick if I saw that. No, don't you fuck with me like that.
I'm in his boy.
But no, like, it's just fucking weird. Okay, so they said in that about midway down, the weirdest part though is how Jane describes the birth. No, what's fucking weird is how invested you are into proving her wrong in her pregnancy, like, journey. Like,
yeah.
What the fuck? Like, that's disgusting.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really give that much of a shit about, like, I shouldn't say I don't give a shit. I haven't been invested in the details of pregnancies like that. And if somebody were to tell me something, I would take it and just be like, all right, whatever. Like, I believe you. That's your journey. Cool. Whatever. Like, even if I knew better, I'm just like, all right, whatever. I'm not trying to speculate over something like that. So yeah, I think that's a pretty assholey thing to do. So I think I'm gonna say asshole on this one.
Yeah, no, this is the easiest asshole thing I've ever been able to, like, be a part of. Like, okay. It doesn't fucking matter if things seem off. We have said this before because we have read stories in which pregnancy was involved. It is not your place to make a comment, smart remark, or hot goss, as Sam said earlier, when it's not your fucking pregnancy. Period. Like, I will never understand people who do this. Let's not forget something here for a second. We're reading this on reddit.com at r/am-I-the-asshole, posted 2 days ago. You not only went and decided to do all of this uber weird shit, but you doubled down to try and state your case on reddit.com. I don't usually judge people who post to Reddit. Just the commenters, they get a little weird sometimes. But you actually thought you were going to be in the right here. You went as far as putting in so much accurate detail that you thought you had your case fucking won. You're fucking weird, dude.
Yeah, this is a classic case of somebody needs to be right, and so they're looking for their audience. Unfortunately,
yeah,
they didn't find
you. No, you say asshole, I say asshole. Reddit agrees. This person's an asshole.
Yep.
Let's go look at these comments. I'm sure. Please, Reddit, don't Reddit today. I need you to be A1 today. All right, first comment. The reality is that nothing much adds up. but there is one reality you can buy into. Your brother and his fiance have a baby that is theirs. You can remain out of their lives forever or let your obsession go and enjoy your niece slash nephew. Your choice, but you would be an asshole if you chose option 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that, like, there is no logical path outside of give it the fuck up and enjoy your niece or nephew.
Yeah. It doesn't really need to go beyond that. But the second comment said, this sounds like a really old school adoption story. And even if it was, who cares? Like,
it's this, it doesn't fucking matter. Still the same concept.
Possess the baby. Yes.
Yeah.
As long as they didn't steal the baby, then you're good.
That would throw a monkey wrench into this.
That would definitely. Then I might be like, all right. But
this is $1 million baby.
Yeah.
I'll say this is $1 million baby part 2. Give us the fucking money.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it was pretty open shut on this one.
I fully admit, when I hear pregnancy stories like this, I get angry.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
Because it's just like it's none of your fucking business.
People like to make things their business. That is a constant in the human species, is somebody wants to make something their business.
I was about to say something really fucking fucked up, but I'm not going to.
Okay.
I appreciate our lousy listeners so much that I don't want to say it because I don't want them to get offended by what I was about to say. So we're going to move on.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching the video. Make sure to hit the subscribe button while you're here and join the lousy listeners. And also click the join button. For $2.99 a month, you can become a lousy member where you can get some awesome perks, cool emotes, and interact with Sam and I. Also, click the link to join our Discord and have fun with all the other lousy listeners. Let's get back to the video.
Moving on.
This is, I love you. There you go. All right. Next up. Am I the asshole for getting mad when I found out my wife gossiped about me? Maybe. Sorry for the throwaway account. I am 36 and my wife, Ashley, is 33. To get it out of the way, I have an above average sized dick.
God bless him.
I'm not going to the Guinness records or anything, but every partner I've ever had remarks on it. So, sidebar here. Tell us, how does it feel to pee with 2 hands? All right. In the past, this has also meant that every single one of them tells their friends, and that gossip gets around. This makes me extremely uncomfortable, to the point that I had to start telling anyone new, do not talk about my dick to your friends. They all agree, and then they all do it anyway. It is very frustrating. Until I met my now wife, who was totally respectful of the boundary. We've been together for 6 years and married for 3. No kids yet. You probably see where this is going. We were with some of her close girlfriends at a bar last night, and I suggested we go to another pub. And her friend, semi-drunk, responds, if Big Dick says we go, we go. Ashley froze up and I went cold. Turns out that she told all of her close friends when we met, right after I told her not to. And now they use Big Dick or BD in their group chat to refer to me. Ashley says they only say it when I do something worthy of the name. I don't even know what that means, and I don't want to. So I left them and went home. Ashley was apologetic at first, but kind of thought it was funny that I figured it out, and only learned how angry I was after I literally walked out of the bar. She says I'm overreacting and that what she talks about with her friends is totally normal. I said, I don't care how normal it is, that I can't trust her anymore. Am I the asshole?
No. Not
These
the
are
asshole.
these are the easiest fucking stories we've read so far.
So far, yeah. Yeah, no,
Holy shit.
Particle board. But
there's no world in which this is okay.
no, I mean, like, if it's something that you have specifically asked, hey, this makes me feel uncomfortable,
Exactly.
don't talk about it, and then they go and do that anyway, not cool. Like, it doesn't matter what it is, even if, like, society sees it as like, oh, that's a good thing. Like, no, don't talk about me, please. You know, that at the end of the day, that's all that matters. Is, does he feel uncomfortable? Yes, then don't fucking talk about it.
I don't. This might be a stretch, and tell me if it is, of course. But this is a prime example of individuals thinking that dudes just don't have feelings. Like that's the ick I'm getting off of this.
Honestly,
is like,
yeah.
oh, he's got a big wiener. he's not gonna care if we talk about it. Like, no, it doesn't matter. Dudes have feelings. It doesn't matter like what your wiener size is, what your fucking ball size is. It doesn't matter how big your fucking feet are. It doesn't matter how tall you are. It doesn't matter. Dudes have feelings. Like, dudes are built to have feelings. Yes, some of us were raised with the idea and mentality that men shouldn't have feelings. We should repress that shit. But guess what? We fucking do.
Mm-hmm.
And when we trust our partner to keep something in that we've asked them to do so very specifically, and you do this, not cool.
No, not cool at all. All right, it's pretty like I said, some people might see it as silly, but at the end of the day, it's still, we have to validate OB's feelings, just like in any other scenario.
Yeah,
like not the asshole.
Not the asshole, and Reddit agrees.
Yep,
not the asshole. Let's go down and read these comments here.
First one, here's a non-Reddit answer for you. Interesting. It's normal for her to talk about that with her friends. They're not doing it to hurt you. It's no different than a guy talking about boobs with his friends. As to referring to you as big dick, that sucks and is diminishing. I get why you're upset and she lied to you, but it is normal, not the asshole. Edit, I appreciate all the people messaging me to tell me KMS. Please stop. Jeez.
I was going to say Reddit's going to Reddit, but damn. That last part. Yikes. Okay. Next comment down says, not the asshole. The girl talk is not my concern here because it really is fairly inevitable. And I don't think sharing intimate details with close friends is problematic if they all keep it amongst themselves and are kind. However, using that as a nickname is really, really uncool. I have heard people referring to a woman by the size of her breast more times than I'd care to count. Sometimes that woman has been me. And it has generally been treated like it's normal and charming. It's not okay or charming. It's mean. Here's the part where these comments are missing. Say it with me, y'all. He asked her not to. Period.
Yeah.
He asked her not to. Are we forgetting that part? Like,
I mean, it's that, and then to me, it's the they've kind of touched on the double standard a little bit, but to like really let me make it plain and clear. If we walked around talking about one of our friends saying that she's big tits, like that's not cool, We're
also getting fucking crucified in the street.
Yeah, exactly. So like, it's why is it not the same thing? Like, sure, talking about your partner, it does happen, but especially if they specifically ask you, don't. I think it's pretty simple. But
yeah, like you're not gonna catch me and you out here looking at someone and be like, hey, what's up, tits Hemingway? Like, no, like it doesn't matter. Like it's not cute. The only time, here's the truth of the matter, is the only time it's cute or playful is if, guess what, they say it is.
Yep.
Like, there's this little word, starts with a C, 7 letters. You might know it. It's called consent. That goes through everything, not just behind the scenes, behind the doors. If someone asks you not to say something about certain things, guess what? They didn't give you consent to talk about it, motherfucker. Like, it's not that hard of it's not that hard of a concept to figure out. It's really not. And I think above all, like when you're trusting your partner, if you tell your partner, hey, please don't talk about this, and they go, okay, and the very next fucking thing they do is talk about it, you might as well have just fucking wrote trust on a fucking piece of paper and throw it in the goddamn fireplace.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm looking into it too much, but to me, this is one of those times where I'm just like, no, absolutely fucking not.
No, I don't think we're looking into it too much. But.
Well, let's move on in hopes that this last one gives us a little more substance to talk about than us being able to go, fuck no, and move on.
Hopefully. Let's find out.
Take it away, buddy.
Yeah. Am I the asshole for telling my kid's teacher I wasn't upfront because she and her son are gossipers? My son Dawson is in the 6th grade and has been rather anxious. He has to give a victim impact statement and has been preparing for it all this week. He's trying to keep it together and has been sleeping in my bed all this month, I'm assuming it's supposed to say. He has an oral report due on Friday for his social studies class, and obviously he can't do it because he has to be in court. I spoke to his teacher, Mrs. T, and said he has an appointment on Friday that he can't miss, and if he could possibly do this report on Monday. She asked why he can't do it on Thursday. I said that was a totally fair question, but there's something going on with him, and he's emotionally distraught. I don't want him breaking down in class and being made fun of. She said there was no good excuse to punt an oral exam because Dawson has the jitters. I said it's way more than that. She said he can give his oral report Thursday or Friday or take a 0. I said I understand and he'll take a 0. Your class isn't important in the grand scheme of things anyways. My son's emotional health is way more important. She was surprised that I said to give him a 0 because I'm a very involved dad. She told me to be upfront with her about what was going on, and I said I'm not telling you anymore. Later, I got a call from the vice principal who said that I had a hostile conversation with Mrs. T and requested that she give my son a 0. I said that's not really accurate. I told him off the record that my son had to give a victim impact statement on Friday. He's a mess. He quickly said by all means let him stay home tomorrow and Friday. He'd work something out with his teachers. I said I do not want anyone knowing his business. He assured me he wouldn't give any reason, I'm assuming. I got an email from Mrs. T who said she wished that I had been more open about what was going on because she cares about Dawson. She's worried about him now. I responded that I didn't tell her details because you, and especially your son, he's in the same grade as Dawson, are gossip queens, and I don't trust you. She told me that what I said was very hurtful. I said, then don't ask and don't fish for information. Edit. The VP did not disclose why my son is out tomorrow and Friday. He said it was an approved absence and to send makeup work home today. Only Blabbermouth responded and fished for details after getting the email.
Say it with me, Sam. Not the asshole.
Yeah.
This is a W dad.
Yeah.
Like,
and a L teacher.
Yeah, facts. Like that just give him a 0 then. All right. Like fucking stand on business, dad. All 10 toes, motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
Whew. Like the point of this though is, and he brings a very valid point. Don't fish for information.
Yeah.
Look, don't start nothing. Won't be nothing.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that hard to remember, y'all.
You would think. But then he got teachers like Mrs. T here who could have just especially if he's a very involved dad, I'm assuming this is not the first conversation that they've had. So like she should know that he's got Dawson's best interest in mind. And so if he's saying, hey, he can't make it, he's not going to make it, let's figure something out. And then you're just too gossipy and like you just need to know all the tea just to like, instead of helping out a child, you just want to know all the juicy gossip. Like, no, fuck off.
Yeah, that is something in my personal opinion. That should be a demerit on the teacher, and those demerits should rack up to the point where they're eventually fired.
I'd be pulling Dawson out of that class. Like, I'd be like, facts. We're finding another teacher. I don't care who.
Yeah, like, because you like looking at it from the standpoint, and I fully admit, especially being a dad of 2 kids, this is an actual fear of mine. Is that like they're going to end up getting a teacher who cares more about the teacher themselves and their social status, being able to divvy out all the juicy information or some shit. Treating my kids like shit because all they care about is, ooh, why'd you miss school, huh? Like, it's a legitimate fear to have, but I'm gonna tell you right now, shit. I applaud this dad and I admire him for that, and I'm taking fucking notes because if ever I have to cross a path like that, guaranteed. All right, give him a 0. Come on, son, let's go home. Like, no questions asked. This is not This is not a college campus where we're all students being juicy with the goss. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a time where you have to be a professional. And if you're not going to be professional, I'm going to treat you like you're not professional.
Yep.
And that's exactly what the fuck he did.
Mm-hmm. But in a professional way. So.
In a very professional way.
Yep.
And I was like, W on the VP, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Huge dub. That's the way it should be done. But.
Like, I don't even think, because here's the thing is, you know, OP didn't even have to tell the VP what was going on. But, like, at least the VP was understanding because he knew that the VP wasn't going to divulge information. As soon as he was like, hey, this is why, like, understand, I'm like, that should be demerit number 2 on the teacher, by the way. Fucking lying to the VP to try and get a parent in trouble. Motherfucker, I ain't in your class.
Mm.
Like, you ain't sitting me to detention, motherfucker. Like, no. But I mean, VP doing a great job, like absolutely keeping everything under wraps, but being very real. Like, hey, fully understand. We'll make sure makeup work gets home. Go ahead and, you know, tell Dawson to stay home for the next couple of days. Really, you know, get back to that center. We totally understand. Like, that is awesome.
Yep.
So I'd say not the asshole.
Definitely not the asshole.
Reddit agrees.
Yep.
Not the asshole.
Not
Let's
the
go read
asshole.
some comments.
Some comments.
Some comments. First comment here. Not the asshole. Teacher was digging into your personal life, then she tried to weaponize your kid's grade. If you trust the principal to enough to say that he didn't tell her your reasons, then she went out of her way to find something you were trying to keep private / a small group of people. She would have just lived with it's something serious, but we don't want to get into the details right now.
She should have.
She should have. Sorry, not would. Sorry, she should have just lived with it's something serious, but we don't want to get into the details right now.
Yep.
Absolutely. Like, it's at the end of the day, it's not her business. We just boil it down to what's simple. It's not her fucking business. It is her job to teach kids, not to interfere with their personal lives. Period. If you want to be a teacher who inspires kids to go out of their way in their personal life to try and obtain a talent or a goal or something, W, that's awesome. Absolutely inspire, you know, and you know, be enthusiastic in that kid's life through the classroom. But that's where the fuck it stays. You don't need to know what happens when they get home. Unless it's something so terribly bad, which I really hope doesn't happen. I know this world's shit and it does sometimes. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's not your business on what's happening on that kid's life or why they have to miss class. If the parent's being honest with you and saying, look, it's something very important and I need you to understand this. We don't know what Dawson's grades look like. We don't know if Dawson's a repeat, you know, offender, so to speak, on being late or absent. But we could just assume based on how dad handled this and how VP handled this, that Dawson's probably a good student.
Yeah.
Yeah. At the end of the day, that's all you got to fucking worry about. So.
Period. Next one here is, I don't understand the people trying to say otherwise, but you are firmly not the asshole. Even if she weren't a blabbermouth, she is not entitled to know why your son will be absent. And it's her professional responsibility to take you at your word that it's a legitimate absence, especially since you don't make a habit of demanding he be excused from assignments. In this case, she pushed and pushed for sensitive private information to which she is not entitled. What you told her was enough for any intelligent person to understand that this is a serious matter and she should not pry further. By continuing to do so and tattling to the VP about it when she didn't get her way, it confirmed your initial impulse not to disclose. The information would likely be all over the school by now had you told her. Very true.
Agreed. I think that's it for tonight.
I think so too. Yeah,
that's all she wrote on
down.
Mm-hmm. Let us know in the comments what you think. I know the gossip definitely got under our skin a little bit, especially that fucking first one.
Mm-hmm.
But let us know what you think. Did we get it right? What are your thoughts on the stories? As always, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and we will see y'all on Tuesday.
Bye.
Bye.